Hello friends, what do you love most about fall? Well, fall is an inherently cozy time of year, whether it's curling up with a good book by the fire or sipping apple cider or a pumpkin spice latte. For many of us, I think it also brings back nostalgic memories of childhood activities and family traditions like pumpkin carving, Halloween costumes, and the first day of school. And now, many of us also like to add creating a fun, gorgeous fall makeup look to our list of fun fall activities as well. So today, we're going to do just that, and I'll also incorporate into the look some of the most beautiful fall 2024 makeup trends. Welcome to those of you who are here for the very first time, and welcome back to those of you who are returning. I so appreciate you. My name is Elise, and as a makeup artist who specializes in helping those of us with mature skin look fantastic, I love sharing makeup, lifestyle, and occasionally fashion tips that take us from good to gorgeous. So now let's dive into some great fall makeup. And while we do that, I thought it would also be fun to do some brainstorming about fun fall activities that we might want to put on our fall activity list. Well, I already incorporated the first fall 2024 makeup trend when I did my brows. Apparently, it's now official that bold, blocky brows are a thing of the past, and a more natural, subtle brow that's more feathery than fluffy has taken its place. Although I think I do still have more work to do on this trend to have mine look a little bit more feathery. One of the best ways to create this type of brow look, and which happens to be a really fantastic option for those of us whose eyebrows are, well, shall we say a thinner, sparser version of their former glorious selves, is a volumizing brow product. Some really excellent ones are Glossier's Boy Brow, Merit Beauty's Volumizing Pomade, and e.l.f.'s Wow Brow. The built-in fibers in these products can take our brows from scraggly to sumptuous in just a few strokes of a wand. Now for our eyes. Cool tone eyes are a favorite runway look this fall, and as I was looking through my eyeshadow collection, I came across two perfect cool tone palettes. One is the Xenon palette from Natasha Denona, and the other is from the independent beauty brand Sydney Grace. It was the Sydney Grace Enduring Love palette that really caught the attention of the beauty world and put this company on the beauty map. Not only is the formula outstanding, but they also did something that was extremely innovative, and they continue to do it to this day. They make both a light and a dark version of their eyeshadow palettes. The light eyeshadow palette version works best for those of us with fair to light skin tones, and the darker version is perfect for those with medium to darker skin tones. It was a really brilliant move on this company's part to create two different palettes, since it makes their eyeshadows far more inclusive. And by the way, there is a lovely story behind this palette. The names of the shades are a tribute to some of the greatest love stories in history. Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet, Darcy and Elizabeth from Jane Austen's Pride and Prejudice, Albert and Victoria for Prince Albert and Queen Victoria, second U.S. President John Adams and his wife Abigail, Boaz and Ruth from the Bible's Book of Ruth, and Robert and Diana, who just happened to be the parents of the two sisters who founded Sydney Grace Beauty. The palette has 4 light to mid-tone neutral colors, plus 3 gorgeous deeper neutrals and 3 beautiful pops of color. I'm going to go with a cool neutral look and then add in a pop of color. And while I'm blending in my eyeshadow, I'll share a few fun fall activities that might be great to do with friends or family, including kids or grandkids. I'm going to start out with this shade called Snert from the Natasha Denona palette. I have already put eye primer on my eyes, and in addition to primer, I also put some powder across my lids, which makes the eyeshadow glide on far more easily. This Snert, which, by the way, do any of you know what Snert means? If you grew up in Minnesota, you might know. It's actually a Minnesota term that was coined to mean both snow and dirt combined. I'm going to bring it up a little bit higher since I have very definitely hooded eyes. It always looks like this side is darker because I have a pretty heavy vein that sort of shows through even despite eye primer. Now I'm going to take this bluish gray color called Ebb and put that on the outer part of my crease and the outer part of my lids. As I mentioned earlier, I thought it might be fun to think about some other fun fall activities we might enjoy. Vineyards at a winery this time of year can be especially gorgeous, and it's always fun to bring home something special to enjoy later. And is there anything that feels cozier than grabbing a book and a blanket and enjoying the scent of an apple spice, pumpkin, or cinnamon candle? We've always loved heading to an orchard to enjoy some fall apple picking, and afterwards, with the apples you brought, think about setting up a dip your own caramel apple bar, complete with yummy toppings like chopped nuts or Reese's Pieces. Or how about a horseback ride through trails brimming with absolutely gorgeous fall foliage? Or a football tailgating party? Or visiting a petting zoo? I also came across some really interesting fall DIY projects, including creating a festive fall wreath, decorating the front porch, creating a fall tablescape, and the most unusual one was pulling out some pretty patterned fabric and Mod Podge and creating lovely fabric-covered pumpkins for a decorative display. I've put a link to the YouTube video demonstrating how to do this in the description box below. If you're not comfortable with adding a pop of more colorful eyeshadow, as I did, a great subtle option to make our eyes pop is to apply some colorful eyeliner. And these gel eyeliners from the brand Revant glide on so easily and come in an array of really stunning colors, including a green, purple, navy, along with gray, brown, and black. These eyeliners are waterproof so they don't smudge, and because they're a gel formula, they don't tug, and they're made specifically for older women. These are some gorgeous colors, and I'll swatch them for you. And I've just rubbed a makeup wipe against them so you can see how long-lasting they are and smudge-proof. I'm going to use the color Navy as my eyeliner. These glide on so easily. I'm barely touching my skin. Since I love the look of a softened eyeliner, I'm going to soften it a bit by going over the eyeliner with some of the gorgeous Sydney Grace eyeshadow shade Deanna from the Enduring Love palette. It's the shade I used earlier on the outer part of my lids and crease. And I love just using a thin eyebrow brush to do this. It makes it so much easier. I'm going to bring it up a little bit higher to soften it. And then I'm taking a little bit of the powder eyeshadow just on the outer third and bringing it up. I'm going to go ahead and apply my Cloud Mascara from Sweed Beauty off camera, and I'll be right back. Before adding my mascara, I couldn't help but soften up the look a little bit and also add just a touch of warmth to it. So I added a lighter color, some white, to the eyelid area right in the middle, and then I added a little bit of a light violet just blending up from the blue. I don't know if you can tell, but it did soften the look a little bit. And by the way, this is the palette I used on my eyes to give them a little bit of warmth and also to lighten up the center part of my lid. It's the Blend Bunny Blends palette. The 2024 makeup trend for the face is to create skin that looks like the healthiest and most hydrated version of skin, which translates to glass skin in the makeup world. And one of the best ways to create glass skin is to complete a great skincare routine beforehand and then to use an illuminating primer, which can smooth, hydrate, and illuminate in just one step in order to create a glowing complexion. Some of the products out there that can create this beautiful illuminated look are Charlotte Tilbury's Flawless Filter, e.l.f.'s Halo Glow Liquid Filter, and Say Beauty's Glowy Super Gel. But I personally can't stop reaching for Keir Weiss's The Beautiful Primer. This is a gorgeous product that looks beautiful applied to the skin on its own or under makeup. I'm going to shake it and then apply this Keir Weiss primer as my illuminating touch. Just on my hand, you can see what a glow it has. I'm going to apply it to the places where I especially want more glow. I'm not sure if you can hear these earrings in the audio, but I'm going to take them off just in case they're causing a problem. And I'm also going to take them off because they're actually not pierced earrings. They're clip earrings and they are really hurting. So I think I can actually change them into pierced earrings, but for right now, they're going to come off. I think you can see what a nice glow this created. For foundation today, I'm trying a foundation from Doll 10 that's new to me. It's their Luminous Super Coverage Serum in the shade Light. I've tried their regular Super Serum coverage, which I really liked, but I haven't yet tried the Luminous version. But I'm going to do something about that today. However, I'm going to borrow the makeup hack from RMS Beauty founder Rosemary Swift that I shared in a previous video, and which I've pinned in the comments section below. However, I'm going to put a bit of a twist on her hack. She recommended combining a drop of facial oil with concealer as a substitute for foundation. This combination created a really beautiful no makeup look since the oil melded the concealer into the skin, so the skin looked absolutely flawless. Well, today I'm going to blend a drop of oil into the Doll 10 foundation, and I think you'll be surprised what a difference this makes. And by the way, if you'd like to learn other makeup tips and techniques that work for our mature skin and join a wonderful family here on this channel, I do hope you'll subscribe before you leave today. Now, on to foundation. I'm first going to just take a drop of my NOOMI Stockholm facial oil, and then I'm going to blend it in with my Doll 10 foundation. I'm just going to pat it on first. And just do that on one side and then push it in and then blend it. What I love about this tip from Rosemary Swift is that it really creates a no makeup look, and adding just a little bit more to places where I need more coverage. Now for a little Natasha Denona concealer on these age spots. This has such great coverage. Love this concealer. I'm not a fan of using it under my eyes, even though it is creamy. I like to use an even creamier concealer from Kosas under my eyes, which I'll be doing shortly. Then some Becca Under Eye Brightening Corrector under my eyes, and then topped with Kosas concealer. And I love using this Sigma 4D HD brush, which has a nice tip that really fits into this area well. And then I like to use just the warmth of my fingertips to pat it in. I think you can see the difference between these two under eye areas. Then just a couple dots of concealer on top. And again, just pressing that in. Now just a little powder patted on to prevent creasing. Next, I'm going to quickly do some contouring with my Westman Atelier contour stick in the shade Biscuit, and then we'll move on to the next makeup trend. And once again, this is a product that I just keep reaching for because it just blends in perfectly. It's so creamy, and it adds just enough definition without being too heavy looking or noticeable. And really all you want for a daytime look is just slight definition. Just to give a little bit more structure to your face, because after all, with the foundation, what we're doing is evening it out so it all looks the same color, but it's nice to bring that definition back into our face with a little bit of contouring. Then I'm going to add just a touch of concealer to brighten this area. This definitely makes the nose look at least a little slimmer. Then I like to just go over everything, all the edges, so they blend in smoothly with my foundation brush. And if you've watched many of my videos, you certainly know this drill. Then just a touch of my Laura Mercier powder in my T-zone. The trend that's taken over the runways for blush in 2024 is the look of flushed cheeks. It's almost a faux sunburn look, and some celebrity makeup artists opt for red tones or deep berry tones since they're found naturally in the face, so these colors tend to just enhance our natural coloring. I'm going to use my lipstick as my blush since it's a rich berry shade that I love. It's Merit Beauty's satin lipstick in the shade Fashion. Let me swatch it for you. To make the lipstick easier to apply as blush, I'm going to mix it with just a very tiny amount of Clinique 72-Hour Moisture Surge. I'm just going to take a Q-tip and put a little bit on the back of my hand and then mix it with the lipstick color. And then I'm just going to dot it on. It really becomes a beautiful blush color. And you can see how it just glides in so easily mixed with the moisturizer. It's just a very slight flush. I don't know how well it's showing up on camera. To finish off the look, I'm going to first apply my L'Oreal Age Perfect Lip Liner in Bold Burgundy and then the Merit Fashion lipstick. And by the way, I'm heartsick that this L'Oreal Age Perfect Lip Liner is being discontinued. I kept hoping they'd come out with an automatic pencil version, but I guess that's simply not going to happen. I'm sad to see it disappear from the market. But on a happier note, I can't wait to show you the lip gloss I'm going to be using. And by the way, I don't know if I ever talk about this much, but when you're applying lip liner, you hold it horizontally this way. It's much easier to apply. This lipstick, by the way, is so soft and velvety. Really appreciate this formula a lot. And now for the lip gloss that I mentioned earlier. I've been wanting to try this lip gloss in a video and it will work perfectly with today's look. At least I hope so. This stunning gloss is from Fenty Beauty. It was a limited edition shade a couple of holiday seasons ago, but it was recently brought back into their regular lip gloss lineup, and I'm certainly glad that's the case. It's the beautiful shade Fuchsia Flex, which is a shimmering holographic deep fuchsia. And here's today's final look. And I hope in the comment section below you'll share some of your past favorite fall activities or something fun you plan to do this fall. I look forward to seeing you again next week, and until then, I wish you good health and happiness, and I hope you have a fabulous rest of your day. Take care.